Right, hello and welcome to today's video. So, just recently there's been some more gameplay footage of Cadence of Hyrule and also a confirmed release date of June. So, I'm not going to be going into the release date or any predictions or stuff like that. Instead, I'm just going to be going over my analysis of the footage because it came out recently, I'm bored, so I want to do something. So yeah, let's get right into this. So, starting in the first sort of area, I guess. It reminds me a lot of the Oracle games, with like the height and the depth and just the overall aesthetic, or maybe Minish Cap too, I guess. What seems to be like Goron kind of flag, so maybe this is a Goron based area. There's a Sheikah-like object, possibly a Gossip Stone, a Cuckoo up in the top, and there's a boulder as well. Maybe Link can push it. So now my next area, it's similar to Area 1 in terms of the looks. There's quite a few enemies here, what seem to be Zelforce, Choo-Choos, or maybe Zol. I'd lean more towards Zol because it does seem to be heavily inspired by the older Zeldas. There's also some Bokoblins, a mushroom kind of thingy, another Sheikah thing, maybe Gossip Stone once again. There's also seemingly more depth here, as there appears to be enemies up on top as well as below. Maybe they climb up these rock sorts of things, I don't really know. Also, I am going through this quite fast because there's a lot which I've written down which I want to cover, so sorry about that, but yeah. Don't want to make the video too long for you lot. Anyway, next area is a beach-like area, heavily reminds me of Zelda 1. I'll get that up on screen. And there appear to be Octoroks here, of different colours too, and they appear to pop out of the ground similar to in Breath of the Wild. Pretty nice. Obviously, also nice that you can kill them, because I don't like Octoroks really. Very annoying. Anyway, there's also more Zelforce and a pot, which is presumably smashable. Now, the next area is swamp-like. Reminds me of Castor Wilds in Minish Cap. There appears to be some kind of building here as well with an entrance. Maybe a dungeon, maybe not. We get our first look at the UI here as well. There appears to be items which are always in use, such as the sword, maybe the Master Sword, a shovel, a torch, and a ring. And there also appears to be changeable items, a bow, a hookshot, Rock's Feather, what looks to be the instrument from the main screen of the game, which shows at the end of all the trailers, and also a shield and some other thing. No idea what the other thing is. If you have an idea, let me know in the comments because I'd be really interested. On the left, there appear to be hearts, 13 of them in this case, with what looks to be a max of 16 if there's 2 rows. Normally there's 20 in a Zelda game, so interesting I guess. There's also a magic meter, that's actually quite nice because we've lost magic meter of recent with Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword, so nice to see a magic meter, you know? Even though it's not a proper Zelda, but still, gotta like magic meters. Anyway, there's also rupees, classic, 355 in this case. There's a small key icon, but there's 0 of them here. I like small key icon, it reminds me of the older Zelda games. And there are also these gem, crystal kind of things, 28 of them in this case. No idea what they are, maybe they're just a thing from Crypt of the Necrodancer. And for those of you interested, the Japanese text here, it just seems to say the game title and a company name. I use Google Translate, so don't trust me on that, but that's what it seems to say. Now this area does continue up one screen, and here there seems to be more mushroom sort of enemies. Not really sure what these are. You don't really see much enemies like this in Zelda, but maybe it's from Cadence of Hyrule. Well, I do think there's something similar in Minish Cap, I guess. There seems to be a lot of Minish Cap-like stuff, to be honest. There's also some sort of house here in these woods. It reminds me heavily of the buildings in the Lost Woods in A Link to the Past. Maybe within the Lost Woods, not a swamp here. Although there is still some water in it, it seems kind of boggy. Maybe it's a mix of both. Maybe it's just sprite based and it's just similar, but still a swamp. Who knows? And we also see this beat sort of thingy in the bottom of the screen, which is what the game revolves around. That was hidden before under a Japanese text. It features a Triforce piece in the middle, which looks kind of cool with how it beats. I like that aesthetic here. Now, next area, Area 5. Oh boy, there's quite a lot of areas to go through. Gotta go fast or I'm going as fast as I can, so there, whatever. Anyway, it reminds me of Hyrule Castle in A Link to the Past. It has a bridge going over a river or a moat or something, similar to the castle in A Link to the Past. It also has some night enemies, like the evil knights from A Link to the Past. And there's more UI stuff here. There'll be more UI stuff in quite a lot of scenes, so I'll just talk about it when it comes up. But anyway, here was a spear instead of a sword. There's a shovel, a torch, and a ring, now greyed out. They weren't greyed out the first time. There's another icon to the right of them, which was greyed out the first time. I just thought it was weird, so I ignored it. Now though, because of the greyed out ones, it looks to be some sort of boots. Maybe the Pegasus boots. I like the Pegasus boots. Probably not because of how turn-based it is, but whatever. And there's also more other items here, such as the power glove and the empty bottle. I'll be interested to see how the empty bottle works. If that's what it is, by the way. I might be wrong. And the Sheikah thing here has a speech box over its head, so it seems to heavily confirm my idea that it might be a gossip stone. Maybe it gives you advice. Who knows? And now the next area appears to be some sort of desert-based area. Looks like very Gerudo themes with the Gerudo symbol. Link's pushing a boulder, funnily enough. So, I mentioned boulders earlier. I don't know if I said that I thought they were pushable, but yeah, they are pushable. There's an electric Keys enemy, so of course they'll probably be regular Keys. And there's a lever enemy. You barely see the lever enemy. It took me a lot of effort to spot it, but it is there. Thought it might have been an like, but no, I'm pretty sure it's a lever. And in terms of the UI here, he now has a ball and chain instead of a sword, I think. And the boots are unlocked in this case. He also has a bombs and a Korok leaf as items. Now we're heading back to a swamp forest kind of area, I guess. There appears to be Wolfos-like enemies here, a spear lodged in the ground, maybe used as a weapon. A chest can be seen here too, no doubt contains some sort of reward. Hopefully good, unless it's like one of those fake chests which just like obliterates you. Don't know if they're in Zelda or not, but you get them in quite a few games, you know. There's also a beehive on a tree here. Maybe it works similar to in Breath of the Wild. It'd be funny if it did. It might just be decoration though, who knows. I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. Well, not really. No, not a tangent. I'm thinking about it too much, maybe. Maybe that's how I should say it. Anyway, Link destroys a bush and he finds a secret and enters. And it cuts to him entering the secret area. This contains new enemies, such as a Wizrobe, something similar to a stone talus. And there's also like another mushroom thingy. It has a skull-like object, which I think to be a chest. Reminds me of the chest in Breath of the Wild in enemy camps. Maybe when he kills the enemies, it'll open up for him. And the Wizrobe can be seen teleporting just as the scene ends, and the talus enemy likes to spin around apparently. I don't even know whether it's talus to be honest, like, that's the closest thing I can relate it to, I guess. This next area is underground somewhere. Seems to be some kind of dungeon or temple, full of Stelphos-like enemies. Now there's the weakest one, well, I'm guessing how strong they are by the way, the weakest one with a shield and a helmet. The stronger type seems to wear a cape as well, and there's this massive big one with spiked red armor and a massive sword. So yeah, those guys look nice. Heavily inspired by the older games, all of it seems to be, and I like that. As much as I like the new games, you've got to like the nostalgia from old ones too, you know? And this next area seems to be in some kind of ice dungeon. It has a warp tile. This is likely where Link came from, like based on his direction, I'd guess. There's quite a few enemies in here actually, probably the most we've seen in one go. There's another of these Wolfos-like things. There's a Keys there as well, it's blue, so maybe it's ice, maybe it's normal, can't really tell. We did see that electric one before though. There's also Beamos here. I like Beamos, nice to see them returning. There's a Pengator, you get those in A Link to the Past. They're basically just penguins. I always found them annoying, but yeah. There's, I think a Wizrobe too. You don't see him so well, but I think he's there. There's some kind of electric thingy. Moves very fast, it's like hidden half the time, and the other time you can barely see it. It could be some kind of take on a Barry or Biri, but I doubt that. It's probably just some sort of like Sheikah electric thing, I guess. So it looked like there was some sort of other area, seemingly in the bottom right. It's like all golden sort of themed and coloured. It's very varied from the ice area. Reminds me of like Mazal from the Minish Cap, or Godin from Wind Waker, Tower of the Gods, or, you know, just some sort of like divine themed area, lots of gold. Either way, it seems very unique. Interesting, you know? Anyway, next area. Here we see Zelda in action. Looking at the UI, she has Nayru's Love instead of a shield. Nice touch there. Similar to Smash Ultimate actually, how Zelda has like all of the magic abilities named after the gods in that one too. And you'll see more of that in the next scene too. Anyway, she also has some kind of dagger or knife as a weapon. And the location reminds me of Mount Krenel from the Minish Cap, or just some kind of mountainous area. Except rather than being fiery themed, it seems to be rainy and watery, which is a contrast to normal Zeldas, you know? Interesting, I guess. In this next scene, Zelda stood up on a ledge. It seems to confirm the sort of like depth thing I mentioned right early on. especially with that rock there. It looks like she's like sort of got up via that rock, and she uses what I believe to be Din's fire, leading into the whole thing with Nehru's love earlier as well, to kill these Zalfos down below, as well as breaking the chest nearby. And when it breaks the chest, it drops a key, which will probably add to the key count in the top left, and then she can probably open a door with it. Okay, this next area has Link fighting what appears to be dead rocks. If you've not played A Link to a Past and A Link Between Worlds, and maybe another game if they're in it, I don't think so. They're basically these like weird goblin gnome sort of things which run around the mountain. Very annoying. If you hit them, they just sort of freeze it into stone for a bit and then unfreeze a bit again. I never figured out how to kill them. You could probably kill them. Anyway, you see them here, so maybe there's some kind of mountainous area nearby. The actual area they're in doesn't appear to be mountainous, which is odd. Anyway, the next area, this is definitely a swamp. Not the Lost Woods, it's a swamp. I'm 100% sure of this. Really reminds me of the Plains of Ruin from A Link to the Past, or the Caster Wilds from Minish Cap, as I mentioned earlier. Both Link and Zelda are here, and they're fighting Gomer. Gomer's holding what looks like maracas to fit with the music theme. Made me think of Hestu for a second then. And there's also some like baby Gomers here too. This is no doubt a boss fight. Like Zelda is fighting the baby Gomer whilst Link's in front of her, it seems. And Gomer also just shoots a laser here, so it seems heavily inspired by Zelda 1, where Gomer basically just moved left and right and shot the laser, and then open and close its eye every now and then, and that's all it did. I think it'll do a bit more than that in this game because it's a modern one, but still, seems quite inspired by that. Now this next area appears to be some kind of underground icy area again. This is also the last scene. Now Link picks up some kind of item and it has some brief kind of cutscene where it sort of like spotlights him, you know? And this doesn't look like any Zelda item I've seen, and I've seen a lot of Zelda items. In fact, it looks like some kind of instrument. I believe this is the item gained after beating a boss, as the cutscene's reminiscent of those in like Zelda 1 or Link's Awakening or something, and collecting instruments after a boss is, well, one, we've seen that in Link's Awakening, two, it makes sense here in a music-themed game, so I think this is after a boss, and I think you have to go on collecting these instruments, which would be cool. It'd especially be pretty fitting because Link's Awakening Remaster is coming out this year, in which that also happens. You know? Very similar. But anyway, that is that in terms of my sort of analysis. I probably missed quite a few things. This was just, I was bored, I noticed it, I decided I'd go over it. So yeah, what were your thoughts? Did you see anything I didn't? Did I say something you disagree with? Please let me know down below in my comments. I really want to discuss this with you, like, it's quite cool, you know. Also, are you going to get Cadence of Hyrule or not? That's also an interesting question, because obviously it's a spin-off and not a traditional Zelda, you know? But yeah, if we could just have a chat in the comments, that'd be fun. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Zelda content. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Bye.